Guys, you know what time it is. We have finally, sadly, reached the end of the 2025 DCI season, and what a season it's been. It has been super fun. I literally was in Indianapolis 24 hours ago, and what an incredible, exciting season to watch. But the season is over, which means that we finally have the ultimate best version of these shows that we're ever going to see. And so that means we get to go back to Funliner Reacts. So welcome back to Funliner Reacts post-season edition. I'm going to be looking at these shows from the lens of just enjoying what everyone has created and brought to the table. So that being said, we're going to start off the Funliner Reacts series with our winners, the champions, first time ever champions, the Boston Crusaders with their show Boom. I watched this show live on both semis and finals, and boy, did the people love it. The crowd gave it up, and it was definitely exciting. It was a thrilling and electric run on finals. So now we get to take a look at this from the full multicam view from Flow Marching. So I'm excited. Let's just jump right into it and get into Boston Crusaders 2025 Championship Show Boom. All right, here we go. Man, this was such a fun season to watch, but people love this show. I can't remember another time where people were more excited to see a core win, and the reaction from the crowd, I mean, you'll hear it in this video. It's crazy. Here we go. Boom. Out the gate, I love the color scheme. The orange and the white and the blue and the design of this kind of retro, maybe even retro futuristic, but I think it's just retro, Americana classic feel and look is really well done. I think it's super effective with the string hanging out the front. Really cool. Look at him. He's ready to go. Look at that smile. He knows they're about to rock.
Performing their 2025 program, Boom. Drum Corps International is proud to present the Boston Crusaders.
Cool. That back flick reminds me of 2022 levels. Jesus, they're so clean. Great. I think Low Brass won that if you were to rate each of those three pods. So satisfying. Are you kidding me? They're just so perfect spatially. Spatial awareness on the field, just insane. Perfect intervals. Mellows. Oh my God, insane. Just insane. I love when they put the color guard with the horn line in this dual responsibility and integration. It's so cool. Look at they're literally riding their backs. That's crazy. That's oh, so clean. It's so satisfying. Colin McNutt's riding is so satisfying. I love when they go through all of these rhythms in just a tight triplet, fast triplet roll. Yes, guard. Wow. Nice. I wonder what happened with the snares, because there's only 8 of them instead of 9. I know the center was out a couple weeks before finals, but center's back in. Someone else is out in the snares. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this already, but that is really hard. Someone else playing your horn, that's really hard. Just the interval control, it's so clean. The spatial awareness. Great sound design from the synth. God, mellows. Oh my god, so good. This moment. This is my favorite moment of the show. Into the company front. Like, it feels like the end of a show. Oh, and the spatial awareness here. Oh, come on, show the high cam. Look at that. Wow. So good. Jesus. That's so... It's just such a strong opening. It is nonstop all the way through. Oh, did that bass drummer drop a stick? He almost fell there. I didn't notice that. Great sound from the tubas. So this tuba player must have guard experience. Beautiful control of dynamics. Okay. That was really, really good. I mean, the screamer a little bit at the end, but just, oh, so solid. Snares, man. All the way in the back of the field. Like, those drums are tuned so well. I love pearl drums. Ooh, they're hot in the mics. I love the writing here. Very fun. That brass chunk doesn't get talked enough about. Like, that is awesome. This is my favorite brass chunk here. That major chord just rings in the entire stadium. Yep. Yep. Ooh. Yep. Man, this show must be really fun to perform. They must have such a good time. Oh! I think someone maybe missed a visual there. Lower body. Oh, someone early! Dang, I never saw that in the run. Nice screamer. The thumbs up is great. I like that visual. Very, very on brand. Very thematic. The mics are really hot in the flow marching recording. I don't remember it sounding like this live. So I think flow marching is not giving us a real accurate read of what it sounded like in Lucas Oil, but man, it is really hard to be running around on the field, playing as loud as you can on the mellophone, and then pick up a French horn and just find that pitch right there. It is really tough. Ugh. These baton pullers are just insane. They're so good. I think they're from Japan. They're just so solid. I don't think I ever saw them drop once at all at any point this season. Mellows, man. Beautiful. Yeah, man, 3 at the same time. I like how much they integrate and use these props. They don't just sit on the field. They come apart. They roll them around. They have dual responsibilities while using the props. It's a good use of them. Very well, smartly constructed and designed on the design team part. I remember when they used to toss it over the guy in the middle. It was earlier in the season. Maybe it was just not worth the risk there. They got people, they put them all on vibes, huh? Perfect. Oh. Beautiful. Man, yeah, can't really call it taking it. They did get 10s. They did get a perfect percussion score. I didn't hear it taking that chunk. So aggressive. Again, mellow writing amazing. But shout out to those trombones, super solid. Ooh. Here it comes. Yeah, I love the unison choreo as people are pulled away from the center. Really cool. This, I love when they added this in the middle of the season. Such a cool visual. Really, really, really awesome. Well done. The atom kind of moving around. Oh, just so clean. Just look at how clean those lines are. Wow.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Here it is.
1.
Perfect. Oh, I got chills, guys. I got chills. Chills. So good. Really smart use of the field, of the guard, of the organ from Interstellar. Just taking up the whole field. Wow. Look at the emotion, man. I'm getting emotional just looking at them.
Under the direction of Chris Holland from Boston, Massachusetts, the Boston Crusaders.
Wow. Look at them. They're like that feeling right there. It's just, there's nothing like that. There is nothing like that. Wow. Dang. And notice how, like, these guys did not know at this point that they had won. Like it was close. They won on before the Bluecoats at the end of this, like on finals night, because semis Bluecoats had won. So like that celebration and that feeling of just like they were so happy, and it did not matter at all like if they won or not, because the feeling that you have after completing your season and doing that and putting it out there and knowing that you did every like ounce of your being was put into that and there's nothing else that you could leave out there, that is just undefeated. That is so cool. Okay, I do want to talk about this like a little bit more. Like, so this show, especially when I watched it in the last couple nights at Lucas Oil, I was just looking at, especially from like a visual standpoint, the kids are so smart. Like, they're so talented. And as an educator myself and like working and trying to make a product as great as I can, like those performing members just understand so well like spatial awareness and like just like if we want to get into the technical part of it, like what exactly one step off, 1.25 steps off of a yard line is. Like, there's such a universal agree, like they all agree on that, and they all understand that so well. And just there's so many moments where, because of the excellence, because of the execution of how clean they were, that just made everything pop. It made everything like glorious. Like, every moment would just like hit so hard, especially like I was saying in the middle, there's like in like the end of the opener, I'm guessing maybe it's where they kind of do this, they have the Mahler hammers going, and then it's like this cool sound design leading up into them getting into the company front. Like, that was just such a cool moment because it was so perfect. Like, if there's one person off slightly, just like half a step off, even an inch off in that company front, then that loses. You step out of the immersion of that moment. But every single person on that field was so dialed, so locked in, that it makes everything sparkle. It makes everything so cool. But dang, Boston Crusaders, they add to the club of cores that have won. There's only 11 cores that have won the DCI World Championships. And man, what a cool way to do it. Like, to come at the very end, to lose semis and then come back and not be rattled. Like, I think the other thing too is, like, if you haven't done like the DCI activity at this level where you're fighting for the championship, where really it could be yours, like, there's a mental game to that. There's a very you can get rattled. Like, I think the best example of that is like Carolina Crown in 2015. That show, like, that core was, by all accounts, everyone was assuming that Carolina Crown had the win. Inferno was the show. And it just kind of unraveled on the last night. Like, Blue Devils were creeping up on them kind of all the way into the end. And I think things kind of fell apart over at Carolina Crown, and they did not have the best finals run. And so going into this kind of last day, I was a little bit like, oh man, like, this team at the Boston Crusaders, I mean, staff, design team, and the members, like, they have not been in this position. Like, they've been on the climb for sure, but I would say this is the first season where they had the championship within their grasp. Like, it was right there for the taking, and they've never been in this spot. And so you never know how an educational staff, how a design team, how the members will handle that. But they handled it amazingly. That was probably the best run of their entire season. That was probably the peaking at the exact right moment. And that was just so cool to watch. Like, they like absolutely nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. And I think for me, I actually talked about this a little bit earlier. I was like, okay, Boston has started really strong in the past couple years, but they haven't finished strong. They haven't brought the other things that cores have brought to the table at the end of the season, and I was proven wrong. They added the interstellar ending. They kept getting better. Like, I didn't think it could get cleaner, but they did. So, I mean, one of the cleanest shows I've seen in a long time. One of the cleanest shows. So, congratulations if you're watching this and you march the Boston Crusaders. Like, y'all are awesome. Y'all are actual badasses, and that's super cool. And honestly, like, I'm so excited to see what happens next year. Like, what could Boston bring to the table next year? Like, I have no clue what direction they're going to go. Like, is this, what is this the start of? Maybe are Boston Crusaders going to be, back-to-back contenders next year? That's, there's so many variables, obviously, that, we'll never know until it happens. But again, Boss Crusaders, congratulations just what an amazing historic win for the organization. I don't know what it's like to win the first ever championship for a drum corps. Alan does. I don't. And so that must be very, very cool to take that home and be part of that. So congratulations, Boss Crusaders. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the Boss Crusaders show? What is your favorite part? What are the criticisms that you have of it? Leave them in the comments. I read them all. But yeah, this is the start of the Funliner Reacts post-season series. So just stay tuned. And yeah, thanks for watching and lots more to come. Peace.